is it so ugly that it's beautiful? Let me know. I have my opinion. So this bike is pretty well documented from me getting it as probably almost a free bike with the purchase of 2 other Z50s, and it was definitely the worst one, which of course is the one I kept, and I sold the other ones. But if you want to watch how it got to where it is, here are the episodes to see that, and then it should bring you up to speed to what we have to do to get it back up and running with a nice kickstart. So the screws that came on there weren't coming off. You can see the screws, and they're just on there. So we're going to have to drill off all the heads and then replace them with some Allen screws. So we're going down through the screws. Pop off. But when they do come off correctly, it should pop right off, and you should get a little ring like this after you drill it, and then we just we're going to pop the case off. I got 2 or 3 more of these to go. I could not unscrew these bolts for the life of me because of the tension on it, and now I literally have done nothing to it, and only 2 are stuck, and the rest of them I can unscrew by hand, which is what I was worried about. Just once you drill the head off, like, how are you going to get them out of the case? But these, it's unbelievable that they just are able to be unscrewed by hand. Kickstarter. So someone tried the old drill a hole, screw in the Kickstarter after the splines wear down. Of course, it didn't end up working. Had to take it out. I got this new one, eBay, whatever, real nice. A lot of circlips, and I tried to do it without tool, and it's just not worth it at this point. And I didn't know how many of these clips were actually inside an engine, so I got a good pair from Lowe's, and it seems to be going better, but you definitely have to kind of get inside, take it all apart to get inside to pull out the kickstart gear. If this was just what I had to do, I don't think it would be that big of a deal, but I got a whole issue with switching gears and not getting any power and clutch issues, so I had to take it all apart and try to figure out exactly how it works and then get it back together. It's kind of cool that, you know, when you engage it, obviously it slides up and then gets the heck out of the way. So, and these are all just held on by these little clips, retaining clips, and I'm going to lube it up and make sure it's all nice and oily, and once it gets in there. But the old gasket was all muckety-mucked on the block, so I had to scrape that off both sides, get them nice and clean, get it ready for the mating. Not to forget this little washer there, collar here, but that can go on after. Oh, and I have to take this off before they go on. So we will see. I think the last person that had this, and one of the reasons why, there was a lot of reasons why there was shifting problems, but I think they had this on, there's a little spacer on the bottom. They had it up here, and then this turned around, so there's no way these would have interlocked as one of the gears. So I'm assuming that's correct. From everything I've seen, I think that's correct. So I'll put these on and see how she buttons together. Here's the replacement one, and I'll show you what I did to the original one. What did I do? I had this, and I tried to unlock a nut or bolt by holding this against the side so that the camshaft wouldn't spin. What happened was when I spun it, it went up and it came back down and it's shattered on the thing, so I got a new replacement part. It already has the rings and everything, and should be a pretty easy, cut that, should be a pretty easy installation, get it on there. And these, you know, it's just funny, this is a block of metal. Without that piston and the potential for compression and everything, it's just you know, it's like a finely tuned clock. Things go in, things go out. It once you get this back on, it's amazing how you start feeling like you have an engine. You have something that's going to propel you forward. I think the gearing's okay. The top end's going to be difficult, but for right now, all I want to do is get piston through here, on here, into here, and everything kind of locked down. At least that's my goal for right now. Rubber seal is there. Get this chain. Ooh. Look at that. That's the mystery oil that was dumped down there. That's a pretty good seal, I think. See where I can dump that. But I think it's going to work out well. I'll put the little bolt in there and move on. Let's see.
So just a quick refresher.
We put together a nice one of these, showed it off. Obviously, I've been kind of using it as a guide for the gearing. All the parts and pieces that go, little seals and all that stuff to get the Kickstarter out. So that's why I didn't show a lot of this stuff. If you need to see it, just go see the Kentucky Yankees. It's really good. But this is getting close to maybe trying to fire it up. And why does that happen? And maybe jump back to life, because that's another part of it. Was this was a working engine. The gearing was all screwed up, and Kickstarter was stripped. So taking a working engine apart, trying to fix it, make it even better, is kind of the fun thing. So stay tuned. We're going to see what we do next. All right, that was from nuts and bolts to a motor and engine and running pretty fast. I had to keep kicking my GoPro setup here with my legs because it kept going down, but I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Obviously muffler issues, being that it doesn't really have one. Tank issues, but it's a pretty sweet little bike.